channel, Naturally Beautiful Girl. So I've been working on going through and decluttering my makeup, mainly because I just have a lot of products that I've realized are getting old, probably shouldn't still be in my collection anymore. I've had my channel for nearly 5 years now, so over that period of time, I've accumulated a lot of makeup, I've purchased a lot of makeup, I've had a lot of makeup products sent to me, I've tried out a lot of things, and some of it has just been around a little bit too long, questionably long, if I may say so myself. And for that reason, I've been working through the different categories of makeup and decluttering them. Last time I did my lip products, that was a huge effort, long video. So be sure to check that one out if you haven't already. But today I don't have quite as much time when I'm filming today. So we're going to be going a little bit lighter, a little bit easier, and just talking about concealers. And I feel like this one is going to be pretty cut and dry. So hopefully we'll see what ends up happening. Hopefully this will be a little bit of a faster video. Before I get any further, be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and click the bell button to be notified when I post videos. If you think you are subscribed, just scroll down, make sure you are, because sometimes YouTube unsubscribes people. I'm trying to hit 4,000 subscribers by August, which will be my 5th anniversary here of being here on YouTube. So be sure to help me out by hitting that subscribe button. And of course, you can follow me on Instagram. I'm at naturallybeautifulgirlkat there. So when I first started out in the clean beauty space, the shade ranges of products were not great. Like, it still could use a lot of work, but it was really not good back then. And I really struggled a lot to find concealers that were light enough for my fair skin. I have fair porcelain skin, and finding concealers, finding makeup really, regardless of clean beauty or conventional, has always been really tough for me. Shades often run too yellow, too orange, too pink. Like, I just have fair porcelain skin with a pretty neutral undertone, and for some reason that's really hard for brands to get sorted and actually make products that shade. So a lot of concealers that I used to like are now no longer my favorites, in part because a lot of brands have expanded their shade range, and I found other products that are just better shade matches for me. So a lot of what I like in terms of concealers has to do with whether or not I can even find a shade that works for me. I'm only going to be talking about like concealers. I have some cream multi-use products that are kind of foundations and concealers. Those we will talk about in my foundation declutter video, but we're just focusing in on concealers today. So I'm going to bring you in, show you the top of my vanity, and we're going to talk what concealers I'm going to be getting rid of. All right. So you can see my collection of concealers. It's honestly not too bad. Could be worse, could be better though. So we're gonna see what we can do to pare this down. The first one I know I'm going to be decluttering is this one from Han Skincare Cosmetics. This concealer, I mean, you can see the packaging is like worn off. I've had this for years. This is in the shade Fair. Honestly, I used to really like this concealer, but it's quite pink in tone. And so for that reason, I'm just going to be decluttering it. I found better concealers, better shades. I've done a lot of videos where I swatch a lot of these concealers and talk about the shades. So even though I'm decluttering them, we have references on my channel and on my Instagram to a lot of these shades and shade comparisons. So yeah, I will link those resources for you, especially in case you have fair skin, fair porcelain skin like I do, and are really trying to find a good concealer shade for you. Okay, the next one I'm going to be decluttering is this one. Does anybody remember this? I feel like this has been so many years ago since I've talked about this. This is the Pacifica Liquid Cover Concealer. This is in the shade 20 NF, and I got this along with the foundation. This is the lightest shade they had in the concealer, and it was always a little bit deep for me, but I really like this concealer because at the time, this is one of the most high coverage concealers I had ever found in the clean beauty space. So yeah, I really like that. And that was during the time when like high coverage concealers and foundation were everything. So yeah, this was kind of important for the time, but now it's just not something I reach for, and it is definitely past its prime. Also, this PYT concealer, this is in the shade Fair Neutral. I like this concealer. It's like a stick concealer. It actually has, I always forget about this. It actually has a brush on the other side, But PYT, since their rebrand, doesn't even make this product anymore, so it seems kind of silly to hold on to it, especially because it's not one of my staples. There are some products that aren't made anymore that I hold on to because they are like staples in my routine, but this one just isn't, so I don't see a lot of point in holding on to it. Here you'll see some duplicate concealers, and the reason why you see duplicates is because of the shades. So these are the Kosas Revealer concealers. I have the shade 0.5N and I have the shade 1. 1 used to be the lightest shade in the concealer, but they now come out with a 0.5N, and this shade of 0.5N is so much better for me. In fact, this concealer has now become one of my favorite concealers of all times. So I'm going to be holding on to the 0.5N and decluttering the 1. I've done swatches of these two side by side in case you're curious, but yeah, I don't reach for the 1 anymore, and I wouldn't reach for it. The 0.5 is just a much better shade match for me. Same thing goes for the Ilia concealer. I have the Ilia True Skin Serum Concealer in the shades Mallow and Arrowroot. Arrowroot used to be, well, first off, Arrowroot wasn't the lightest shade. There was the shade Chicory, I think, that was the lightest shade, and then they came out with Arrowroot. I got Arrowroot. Arrowroot was a better shade match than Chicory. But then they came out with the shade Mallow, which is now an even better shade match. Honestly, this used to be my favorite, but now the Kosas has become my favorite. I don't know. I feel like my under eyes are changing with age, maybe getting a little bit more creasy. Whatever the case is, a little bit more of a hydrating concealer has been working better, but regardless, I want to hold on to the Ilia, but I want to hold on to just one shade, so that will be the shade Mallow, so this one here. And this is also the old packaging, which shows you how old this concealer is. Okay, this is the Saint Cosmetics concealer in the shade Alabaster. I really like the shade of this one. I'd gone through like an entire tube of this and then repurchased it. I may have gone through 2 tubes of this, but for some reason, I just haven't been loving how it looks on me quite as much as I used to. But I'm still not ready to let go of it yet, so I am going to be holding on to this. The Air and Spaces concealer, I really like this one. It's so big, I'm having fun getting in frame here. Here it is. I really like this. This is the lightest shade in Cottonwood. Yeah, I'm going to hold on to this. Kind of a no-brainer. Okay, this one here, I actually need to use more. I need to move this over into my everyday makeup. This is the Hint Beauty Duet Concealer, and this is in the shade Fair. Hint Beauty actually sent me this one. They sent me a number of their products, and I hadn't tried this one in ages, and I really like it. Like I said, I've weirdly been reaching for more creamy concealers, and this one had been working really well for me. I just need to use it more, and yeah, so I'm going to be holding on to this. I have the Clover concealers. I have the shades 2 and 1. They make the shade numbering nice and easy. 2 and 1. Clover did send these to me. I'm still kind of playing around with them, getting my bearings, figuring out my thoughts on them. So I'm going to hold on to these because these are still pretty new. Okay, so here we have the Lauren Conrad concealer. I had to actually go back quickly and look at my review of this because I honestly forgot what I said about it. Apparently, I just thought it was okay. It wasn't like my favorite, but I didn't really dislike it. Honestly, I don't feel like I have a strong enough opinion on this to declutter it, so I'm going to be holding on to this. I need to play around with this some more and then decide whether to keep it or let it go. Same thing kind of with this one here. This is from The Balm. This is their Antidotes Concealer. Yeah, I had this in my like everyday makeup drawer to use. I have the shade number 10 in this, by the way, and I had the shade 1 in the Lauren Conrad. I feel like I just haven't been reaching for this enough to really decide one way or another on this, so I think I'm gonna hold on to this a bit longer. Okay, this product here, I'm not even sure I've actually talked about this on camera. This is the Alima Pure Concealer, and yeah, I know this is kind of weird because it's a powder, but it's like a powder concealer in the shade Sand. Effectively, what it is a really pigmented powder product. I just never really fell in love with this. I have tried it. Honestly, I just find that most of the time, the last thing I want to do is add a powder onto something I'm trying to conceal, especially a really pigmented powder. And I felt like the shade wasn't the best shade match for me in it. So yeah, I'm gonna declutter this one. Okay, and then the final product I have is this one. And you're probably like, Kat, what is this? This is the Hair Wise Concealer, but without the little topper. The topper fits this concealer and it also fits the liquid lipstick. I took it off of the concealer to put on the liquid lipstick because I was actually reaching for the liquid lipstick, unlike the concealer. So here's the thing on this. I do not like this product, and I would normally just declutter it if it were any other product from any other brand. However, I hold on to this because if I wanted to do a video about luxury beauty or luxury products, like this is the luxury concealer that I have. And for that reason, and for that really kind of stupid reason, I'm going to keep holding on to this, even though, it's not something I would just like reach for or use normally. So I'm only holding on to this for video purposes. At some point, I will probably declutter this, but for right now, I just don't feel comfortable decluttering it because I'm worried I might need it for something. This is a problem with being a YouTuber sometimes. Sometimes I can't let go of something I would like to let go of because I might need it in the future. And this is too expensive to have to deal with repurchasing it. And I wouldn't want to repurchase it because I don't like the formula. Anyway, regardless, I'm going to hold on to it for that reason. Oh my gosh, my fear came true where I was looking around in my drawer and I'm like, I think I have more concealers. Yeah, I forgot this one. It like rolled out of the container that it was normally in. This is the Fitglow Concealer in the shade C1. I'm going to let this go. I've had a love-hate relationship with the formula of this concealer. And this is definitely like old at this point, questionably old. And yeah, the one reason I really liked this formula for a while was because it was one of the only concealers that was actually light enough for my fair skin. But now we got other options. A lot of concealers are just easy to put on and don't really require a lot of effort. This one I found was kind of fussy. Like it could not look good easily. So yeah, for that reason, I'm definitely going to be decluttering this one. Hopefully that was all the concealers. I think if someone managed to survive this declutter is because they are very well hidden somewhere in my collection. But hopefully when we do other declutters, if there's a rogue concealer, we'll address that when we get there. But so let me just show you quickly what I'm decluttering. We are decluttering 7 concealers and I'm keeping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All these declutters are honestly making me feel so good. Like I can actually find the products I'm looking for, which has been great. So yeah, I hope you are enjoying the content, enjoying my reviews and mini thoughts on all these products. So if you like this, be sure to give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comment section down below what declutters you are interested in seeing next. Thanks so much for watching and I will see you again next time. Bye.